Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tears. Now I do apologise if it has been a long time since I've done a Tears video. I basically just lost all motivation after doing that Sensible World of Soccer video, and basically I just didn't feel like recording any more videos for a while. So I thought, oh no, I'll take, so I had to take a bit of a break from them. But I recently got the motivation to do some more videos. And now this is going to be an hour-long special devoted to the Dizzy games. Yes, our wonderful friends of the Alt Folk actually made an appearance on the 16-bit systems as well as the 8-bits. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dizzy was an egg-shaped character created by Philip and Andrew Oliver, also known as the Oliver Twins, back in the mid-80s. The first game they did was just called Dizzy, and it was initially, I think it was released on the Spectrum and the Amstrad, I think, as well, and it proved to be quite popular. That a Commodore 64 version followed, and of course sequels came along as well, many of which were in fact actually ported to the 16-bit systems, including the Amiga. Now basically, on the Amiga, I think it was all but one of the Dizzy games actually appeared on the 8-bit systems that actually made it onto the Amiga. I think the only one which didn't make it was the first Dizzy game. But in fact, there was actually one Dizzy game that didn't make an appearance on the 8-bits. But anyway, the first Dizzy Amiga game to appear was this one, Treasure Island Dizzy. Let's see how the Amiga version fares. Now the first thing you'll probably notice is how colourful the game looks. This looked great. I love the graphics in this one. Very colourful. The music's great as well. It's actually from the Commodore 64 version of the game. Now you're probably thinking, well, let's see how it plays compared to the Spectrum version. Well, to be fair, this plays brilliantly. It is literally just like playing the 8-bit systems but with 16-bit graphics. Anyway, so let's put down the treasure chest, get up the cliff. Let's grab that coin. Now there's a couple of differences. That little flying mosquito thing there didn't make an appearance on the 8-bits. And of course we've got the signs here. Legend has it that George the pirate buried here still guards over his treasure. This is a great conversion of the game. I'm really impressed with what they did with this one. Because Treasure Island Dizzy is possibly one of my favourite Dizzy games ever. It's a great game. But obviously this one still has the flaw with the fact you only got one life. So that's something to bear in mind. There's actually one object as well that appeared on the 8-bit systems, well, at least on the Spectrum and Commodore 64 versions. You could pick up something called Sinclair Abuser magazine, and I remember being quite surprised at that one when I first played the 8-bit versions. This is a great version of the game. I really like this one. I think the music in this one was done by Alistair Brimble, who's quite prolific. He's done quite a few in-game musics. But yeah, I love this game. I really do love it. This is a great game on the old Commodore 64, which is the version I played. Oh bugger! Anyway, that's Treasure Island Dizzy. I gave that one a thumbs up. Anyway, let's look at the next one, which is Fantasy World Dizzy. Codemasters, the fun starts here. I've always loved that Codemasters logo. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, this is another favourite Dizzy game of mine. This one, of course, you did actually have 3 lives in this one. Now the Amiga version plays pretty well, I have to confess. My only real criticism of the game is that I don't think the graphics are that well drawn. I mean, they're quite detailed, but overall, I don't think they're as good as they could have been, really. but this is still a great game. Still plays really well. The music's good as well, as of the Treasure Island Dizzy. And but I remember playing when I first played the Spectrum version of the game. It did have a bit of speech at the start, and I don't know about, and I don't know if it's just me, but I think the speech at the start does kind of sound like doesn't half sound like Glenn, I must admit. As Glenn 83100.
Fantasy World Dizzy!
But yeah, I love him. I do like this. I do like this version. I do like this game. So basically, well, you got these coins to pick up as well. I must admit, I keep running out of things to say. Now let's look. There's a Denzel with the stereo typed up. Now this is one thing that's new in the Amiga version of the game. Basically, if you're on the 8-bit system, so when you go and talk to someone, they actually the text just appeared in a little window. But this one, you got the graphics there. Where you got the two characters talking to each other. Which I think is isn't really needed, but I think it's pretty cool. And the graphics there are really nice. Of course, he's about to lend me the rope. Okay, let's pick up the rope. No, I don't want to talk to him again, you fool. Pick up the rope. There you go. Jump up there, get that coin. Oh, bugger, missed it. Ended up going straight into the fire. I love that little animation there as well. When you die, Dizzy just sort of like disappears in a puff of smoke, and you see his hat fall down the screen. But yeah, like I said, despite the fact I don't think this game looks as good as some of the other Dizzy games on the Amiga, I think it plays really well. Which is the most important thing about it, really. If it plays well, then it's good. Oh, bugger! I like the fact you see a fried egg there as well when you get burnt by the flames. Anyway, let's jump across the Snap Happy Gator. That's what he's called. Hey, let's jump across him. I think. Here we are. We got the dragon. I love my dragons, and he's just burnt me to a crisp. And I think I've just lost all my lives. Nice little jingle there. Okay, well done, you got a high score. Now the music is Treasure Island Dizzy all over again. If you can hear it, you'll recognise it from Treasure Island Dizzy, of course. Okay, and that was Fantasy World Dizzy. Another thumbs up. Now on to the next game, Magic Land Dizzy. If I remember rightly, this was the first game that was not really made by the Oliver twins. It was done by Big Red Software. And that's a nice little loading screen there. Really like the really colourful, very detailed. The music is of course again from the Commodore 64 version, and it's very nicely done here. And of course I think Magic Land Dizzy is the one where they... is it Magic Land Dizzy or is it Fantasy World where they introduced Zax the wizard? I can't remember. Anyway, here we go. Now the graphics run at a very smooth rate in this one. They actually run at 50 frames a second, unlike the last two, which ran at like 25 frames a second. And overall, the graphics are really impressive in this one. I think my only criticism, I think Dizzy moves to left and right maybe a bit too slowly, but overall, this is another Amiga version of Dizzy that I liked. Let's pick up the back door key, and of course this one, instead of coins, you've got to pick up diamonds. And there's There's a little dent. Oh, let's see what's happened. Hey, Dizzy, this is really heavy, man. Oh, yeah, it's Dylan, isn't it? Yeah. Zach's turned me into a bush and I'm rooted to the spot. I'm really into nature, man, but this is too much. God, that Zach's is rotten, isn't he? Let's go down the well. Very tricky to jump over this one because, like I said, I don't think Dizzy moves fast enough in this version. That's my only little criticism. As a result, it's too easy to fall down the well. Let's pick up the other diamond. I must say, I do love the graphics in this version. Really colourful, very smooth. Right, let's just get into the castle. Let's get up the lift there. Actually, no, I won't bother. Let's pick up. Oh, it's the handle. Let's go into the next room. There's the king happily sitting on his throne. Let's pick up Diamond and let's talk to him. The wizard's axe turns all good to evil, says Prince Charming. Oh, Prince Charming. He was defeated years ago by a brave hero, yet he turns more powerful than ever before. This will be the final conflict. I don't think it will be, because Zack's appeared in several other games as well. There is a loud clunk and the lever sticks. That's right, yeah, the old drawbridge. I remember this one, the Commodore 64 version, because yeah, we had 5 Dizzy games for the Commodore 64. In fact, we had one of the compilations. I think it was the first one, which was just called Dizzy Collection. Look at Daisy sleeping there. You can see the old Zeds coming out of his mouth. He's absolutely knocked out. Yeah. Look at him sleeping there, lazy git. No, there's a troll and there's a goat. What is this? 3 billy goats gruff. Let's talk to the troll. Oi, grunts the troll. You can't cross the gate without giving me 30 diamonds. 30 diamonds? Daylight robbery, that is. Well, that's enough of this game. Magic Land Dizzy. Once again, this is another thumbs up for the Amiga version. I like this one. So let's go on to the next one. Spellbound Dizzy. Now this is where it did kind of lose its way, I think. Especially with this version. Nice tune. Now this one, I think I've played the Commodore 64 version briefly on an emulator, but I actually own the Spectrum version of this game. Not quite so impressive title screen, this one. It's just all the characters having 2-frame animations. Let's say that the music's nice. So let's get going. Nice little jingle. Sweet design. Welcome to Spellbound Dizzy, Dizzy's biggest adventure ever. With 110 rooms, it's bigger than Dizzy 3 and 4 put together. Yeah, but I think this was just the game's downfall. The problem is that, yeah, it is big, but the problem is that it drags. Not much goes on in this game, really. And graphically, I don't think this game's as good as Magic Land Dizzy. I don't think it looks as nice. It doesn't run as smooth either. And to be fair, although this is probably one of Dizzy's biggest adventure games, I didn't enjoy this one as much as the others. And of course, in this one you got stars. Hello, Pogie. Eek eek. Pogie easily evades your futile attempts to catch him. Ah, bugger. Yeah, let's go and pick up the. I think it's a strawberry. I think. Never liked strawberries really in real life. Yes, that's true. It's true for a fact. I don't really like strawberries. Apples I love though. Can't get enough of them. Anyway, let's get out of this little pit. music of the game's fine, but like I said, I was never a huge fan of this game in the first place, and I don't think the Amiga version is that great, really. Like I said, graphically it's not that good. And to be fair, I don't really think much of it, really. I mean, it is Dizzy. You got to give it credit to that, but overall, this game never really did it for me. And to be fair, especially this Amiga version. Anyway, the warm gusty wind comes from a vast hole leading down to the very molten core of the world. I remember on the Spectrum version it had in brackets, golly. I don't know why that was missing from this version. But yeah, I don't think this is as good as the other 3 Dizzy games I've just reviewed. It's not. Doesn't play as well. Doesn't look as good either. But musically, it's not too bad. But yeah, I remember playing this one on the Spectrum. This is actually one game I had on the Spectrum. I've been desperately trying to get onto disc without using a multi-face, and it's a bitch to do. It really is a bitch. I just want to get that star. Ouch! Had a nasty fall there. I never really got too far with this game in any version I played, really. Because to be fair, I didn't have the patience to sit down and actually finish it. But yeah, overall, I don't really rate this version that highly. So I'd probably give both the game and this Amiga version maybe not quite a thumbs up because it's a Dizzy game, and I've always liked the Dizzy games, but it's average. So anyway, on to the next game, Dizzy Panic. This one I've got on the Spectrum, and to be fair, it was alright on that version, but it got boring pretty quickly. Now I'm gonna make to say this, but I really don't like this Amiga version of the game at all. So its graphics it's alright, but the music sounds like a SID chip. Which would sound out of place on the Commodore 64. Now don't get me wrong, I love Commodore 64 SID music. I think it's a great sound chip. But on an Amiga, you expect something a bit more. So the music's a bit of a letdown in this game. Now one problem I have with this game, so I always find the playing area a bit cramped on this version, and there's some things where the positioning of the objects are they're impossible to do, because basically what you got to do is you got to get the match the shapes and colours with the scrolling grid at the bottom. So, for example, that blue triangle's got to go into a blue triangle slot, and the orange star's got to go into an orange star slot. Kind of reminds me of an old game called board game called Perfection. Well, I'd say it's a board game. It's whereby in that game you had to actually you were on a timer and you had to quickly put all the shapes into the correct slots before the timer ran out. I remember that. That was great fun. I remember having that little electronic game. I think that was like late 70s, early 80s, I think. But I remember having it, and it was great. And the game's over too quickly, just like that. So overall, I'd give this game a thumbs down. Not really keen on that one. Anyway, let's look at the next game, which is Dizzy, Prince of the Old Folk. This is another game I actually liked on the Spectrum. It's considered to be probably one of the shortest Dizzy games ever. In fact, that's one game I forgot about as well. There's another Dizzy game that didn't make an appearance on the Amiga. That was Dizzy 3.5, but that was never really officially released in the shops or on a compilation or anything. That was included on a cover tape for Crash magazine, I think, on the Spectrum. That's probably the Dizzy game, the shortest Dizzy game if you count that one. But Out of all the official Dizzy games, this is the shortest, but it's one that I really enjoyed. I managed to get halfway through the game, I think. So, but yeah, this is another impressive Amiga version. I like this one a lot. The graphics, it's not in terms of the quality. It's not that far off from. It's not really that far off from Magic Land Dizzy. Graphics are pretty much the same, really. That's the same old problem with Dizzy, maybe moving left and right, moving left and right too slowly. And I think this I'll tell you something. This first puzzle here really does remind me of Fantasy World Dizzy, whereby you have to chuck the water onto the fire. But this one, you've actually got to start the fire as well. I don't know how Dizzy got it trapped in there in the first place. You know, I just found a cherry which increases your health. It's cherries, really, but anyway, this is one thing that's different on this version. See that bloke up there? He was on the Spectrum version, and I think on the 8-bits as well. He was actually down the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. You know, just pick up the pickaxe. But for some reason, in this version, he's on top of there. You know, let's have a talk to him. What a terrible state of affairs! What's the matter? Rockwort the bad troll has taken the castle whilst the king is away on crusades. What a bastard! And to make matters worse, the princess is trapped in the castle somewhere. Oh no, we got to rescue our damsel in distress. If there was only some way I could tell the king. Don't worry, I'll help you. Oh, would you? I'd be ever so grateful. Here, take my flying carpet. I never passed my flying test. Oh, flying carpet. Thank you very much. I'll take it. Could prove quite handy later on in the game. I like the music in this one as well. Very impressive. Anyway, let's pick up the crate. We're going to need that later on in the game. Anyway, let's have a little talk to the lion. Ow! My poor foot. I was walking near this castle when this big bad troll came along and pushed me into the rose bushes. Oh, poor lion. That troll really is a bastard, isn't he? Alright, let's grab that coin. Oh, bugger. Let's just go and quickly grab it. Oh, for Christ's sake. Dizzy, you don't move fast enough. Yeah, at last. Let's grab the coin. And let's grab that Acme Bridge kit. Oh, bugger, no. You need the Acme Bridge kit for later on in the game. Once again, let's give it a go. Can I make it? Hey, I've done it. That was a close one though. But oh, bugger, my hands are full. Okay, I better drop something somewhere. Okay, let's drop. Oh, actually no. Let's go and do this bit first. Your pickup makes light work of the rock. Got the cherries. I do like the music in this game. Really do actually. It's quite impressive. And would I say this one's as good as the 8-bit versions? Yeah, it's just as fun to play. Yeah, I do. This is another conversion I'm really quite impressed with. Let's pick that star up. Right, Right, shall I give it another go? Well, I've got to drop something first. Let's drop the carpet there for the time being. Go on, let's give it another go. Will I be able to pick up the bridge kit? I have no problems trying to pick up on the Spectrum version. I've done it, and I fall down. Hey, I've got the bridge kit. let's just leave the carpet there for now. Yeah, let's get the star. Gotta wait for that little thingy wants it to come along. And now this isn't cheap. You got to walk along with the boat. You had to do that on the Spectrum version as well. No. I'll take your gold payment. Take your gold as payment for crossing. Look at Death smiling there. And that looks like little Poggy. Piggy. Oh, cute little Fluffle. You put your cage on the floor, but the Fluffle couldn't be as interested. Let's get the coin there. No, you don't need to use the bridge kit there. I think you use it on this bit. The bridge kit stretches across the gap to form a safe part. I just love it when a plan comes together. So do I. Anyway, let's see if I can make it up to the top here. So if I'm not talking much. Oh, okay. I landed on some fluffy clouds. But, oh, bugger, I didn't make it. Oh no, I'm stuck on that side. Oh, there's only one way then. Oh, I jumped on that cloud there. Okay. Let's try again. Ah, sod it. Yeah, okay, there we go. I've run out of things to say for this version, really. I really like this one. This is a great game. This was great on the 8-bit systems, and I love it just as much on the Amiga. Yeah, I picked up another cherry. Anyway, this was Prince of the Old Folk on the Commodore Amiga. Will I give this one a thumbs up? Hell yeah. This is a great game. Now let's take a look at the next game, which is not an official one. Well, okay, it is, but it's a spin-off game. That's what I meant to say. This is Fast Food. Now, this is one game I did have on the Commodore 64, as it was one of the games included in the compilation. This one was released a bit later than the 8-bits, probably about another 4 or 5 years, I think. So this one was released in 1992, and I actually consider this version to be the superior version. I actually think it's that much better. It was, don't get me wrong, the 8-bit version was quite good, but I think this one beats all the versions hand down. Well, all the versions I've played so far. I haven't played the Amstrad version. Now, as you can see, it looks just like a Pac-Man clone, but a bit different. There's no pills to collect or anything. This one you got to collect food, which is moving around all over the place. So it's different enough. Now, on the first few levels, there are no baddies to contend with, but on later levels you will. Well, this one I've got a baddie. It's that green thing there. Yeah, overall, I think this version is superior. I like the graphics in this one. They're quite good. Obviously, I mean, this one did come out about 4 years after the 8-bit version, so obviously they've gone as far as actually tweaking the game to make it that much more fun to play. So I think my criticism with the 8-bit versions is that I think the pace was a bit too slow, particularly on the Spectrum. This one they kind of increased the pace a bit to make it a bit more exciting. I quite like the music in this one as well, as with most of the other Dizzy games. Yeah, speed up a bit. So yeah, this is another Amiga game I would highly recommend playing. Yeah, I do like this one. So, would I give this one a thumbs up? Yes, I would. I think this is actually one Amiga game that I can actually consider to be better than the 8-bits. But yeah, this is a really enjoyable little Pac-Man clone. And of course, if you go through the first couple of levels without using an extra life, you get an extra life. Yay, run them over, Dizzy. I think the level layouts are different as well, and they are better as well. I like the fact this one's situated near a river. Anyway, that was Fast Food Dizzy on the Amiga. Excellent conversion. Give this one a thumbs up. I actually do consider this one to be better. Now this is Quick Snacks Dizzy on the Amiga. Now this one I remember on the Spectrum. Well, I say I remember it, I have actually got it. This is a great game on the Spectrum. I really loved it. This is another one of those arcadey spin-off Dizzy games. Basically, with this one, the story is, as you can see there, it's basically they're all fighting over where they want to go on holiday, and of course they've all got into a bit of a heated argument over it and things. Basically, it's the argument has really annoyed Zax, the evil wizard. Just look at him there, evil little git, I tell you. And basically, he's obviously very mad about it, and he sends them all off to the land of personality. He sends Denzel off to the land of ice because he thought it was cool. Dylan's been sent up to the clouds because he always has his head in the clouds all the time. And Grandfather Dizzy, Grand Dizzy was sent to Cuckoo Land because he's quite old and senile. And then finally you got Daisy who was sent to Zack's dungeon. And basically the game plays kind of like Bomb Jack, but this one it's kind of like you don't jump around the levels collecting bombs. Now this one you basically got to walk around the levels. It's like a top-down view sort of thing, and basically you got to pick up all the items and avoid the baddies. And of course you get after a set number of stages, you get a bonus level whereby you got to collect all the fruit. The only problem is that Dizzy can only go in one direction until he hits a wall. So it's like you got to be careful where you move Dizzy about. Can't believe that's meant to be Big Dizzy there. Doesn't look much like him. Anyway, let's see how it compares to the Spectrum version. Is this one worse? Is it not as good? Is it just as good, or is it better? Let's have a look. Let's just pick our level. Let's just go for the first one. Music's not too bad actually. It's not great, but anyway, get ready. Let's fire. Now, of course, I see you got to collect all the fruit. Now, the sound is very familiar. I think the sound was actually. I think the sound when you pick up the fruit think it's the same sound as when you pick things up in the Alien Breed games. It sounds like it was taken from those, but it's a good little sound effect. And I've just been hurt. Now, of course, there are bonus items you can pick up. I think there's one that there's one that like makes you invincible for a short time. There's one that reverses the controls. Anyway, this is the bonus stage I'm on about. But yeah, basically you can only go in one direction until Dizzy hits a wall. So it starts off pretty simple first, but it gets really hard later on. Let's see if I can make it this time. Probably not, actually. Ah, bugger. Bonus over. Anyway, next round. Would I say it's the Spectrum version? I'd say the Spectrum version is better. It's more polished. But this is still good fun to play. It's still really. I think it's still good. But as I said, I think the Spectrum version has got a bit more polish to it. Anyway, that was Quick Snaps Dizzy. Quite good. I don't mind this version. Anyway, let's move on to the next game, which is Bubble Dizzy. Now, this is another arcadey spin-off, and unfortunately, it's another one that Dizzy fans didn't think much of back in the day. I like the Codemasters logo though. I think that's really quite effective. But yeah, this is actually based off a mini game that appeared in one of the NES Dizzy games. I can't remember which Dizzy game on the NES it was, but there was like a little bonus game in it, and this is essentially a port of that bonus game. Nice music, and I love the title screen graphic there. I think that's really great, especially with the bubbles in the background. Now, basically, the idea of this game is basically you're at the bottom of the ocean, and you basically got to make your way to the top by riding on bubbles. Now all the bubbles are different sizes and at different speeds, and you can't stay on them for too long. The bigger slow bubbles you can stay on for longer, but the little ones that go really fast, you can't stay on them for very long. I didn't think much of this one on the Spectrum, to be perfectly honest with you guys. It wasn't really that great. The Amiga version is a bit better, but it's really quite frustrating. But like Fast Food Dizzy, I do consider this one to be better than the 8-bit versions. But that doesn't really make it. That doesn't really make it a great game, though. I still find it's really frustrating, and it is just the same game over and over again. So you get it does get quite tiresome after a while. It's a bit of a pity because the game does look nice, and the music's good as well. I like the sound of the drums. Now, of course, there are other hazards as well. You got the crabs. You got things like sharks and crabs and whatnot. All the usual, sea stuff. Now, I've never actually made it to the top before, so bugger, out of oxygen. Never mind. Let's give it another go. Get ready, player one. Let's see if I can make it this time. But first of all, I've got to actually jump onto a bubble. There you go. Hey. Like I said, the bubble, you can't stand on the bubbles for that long. I like the fact that Dizzy is wearing a snorkel even though he's completely underwater. Surely he can breathe surely he's able to breathe surely that means that he... So I don't know why, what's the point of him wearing a snorkel when he's completely underwater? You're only really supposed to be, just below the surface if you're wearing a snorkel. But yeah, this game is it is very frustrating, and there's not really a lot to it. So it's fun for a while, but the Amiga version is anyway. I didn't really get on with the Spectrum Spectrum version full stop, because to tell the truth, that's the only 8-bit version I played. So I don't know what the other versions are like. But this version is probably the best of the lot, but it's still not a great game. Because like I said, it is very, very frustrating. I mean, this is the first level and already I'm having trouble with it. Oh, I'm near the top. Will I make it? Oh, bugger. Bubble had to explode when near the top, isn't it? Come on. Hey, I reached the top finally. First time I've done that. But yeah, so overall, the Amiga version I consider to be better than the 8-bit versions, but it's still not that great. But yeah, like I say, I mean, the graphics are really nice, and the music's really good. Really nice. I really like the sound of the drums. And at the moment, I'm not really getting anywhere, am I? To be fair, the next game I'm going to review isn't really that much better either. Yeah, so yeah, Bubble Dizzy. Amiga version is the best of the lot. I do consider it to be better than the Spectrum version. But like I said, the gameplay is very frustrating. Anyway, here's the next one: Crystal Kingdom Dizzy, or some would rather call it Crappy Kingdom Dizzy. Yeah, to be fair, this is an official Dizzy game. But out of all the official ones, this is the weakest. It's a nice colourful little loading screen now, I do like that. The problem that people had with this game was just the overall design of it. This is the only official Dizzy game that had like separate levels. It wasn't like the other Dizzy games whereby it was just one big game area, if you know what I mean. This one's split into like several parts. The music is technically excellent, but for a Dizzy game you expect something a bit more simple and charming. I like the sampled speech. Anyway, Game Genie. I remember having one of those for my Game Gear. For those of you who don't know, the Game Genie was actually a cheat device whereby you used to insert cheat codes to get things like infinite lives and whatnot. And of course the codes used to be printed in magazines and things. But in this case it's used to enter your password. I don't know why, but anyway. I'm just now loading up the first part, which is the Yolkfolk Village. Now I'm not editing this loading time like I've done with the other games, because you've got the music in the background. Which, to be fair, it's not bad. Now, like I said, the biggest problem I have with this game is that it's the fact that it's not like the other Dizzy games whereby it's this one big area. It's split into several parts, which disrupts the flow. It just really does disrupt the flow of the game, which is a real shame. And I hear this Amiga version's got a few bugs in it as well, which I haven't really come across any at the moment, but to be fair, I'm surprised they released it with bugs, really. But I mean, I suppose this isn't. Yeah, I mean, out of all the official games, this is the worst, definitely, by far. I didn't enjoy this one nearly as much as the other games. But it's a shame, really, because I mean, graphically the game's alright. It looks really, really colourful. I thought it moves it along at a nice smooth rate. And it does look like classic Dizzy. You know, even if it isn't really. Anyway, in the first game, in the first part, I like this bit. Okay, hang on. How come you're playing Micro Machines, the latest and greatest game from Codemasters, when the generator is off? What a great bit of in-game advertising, eh? One of the Yelphoot playing one of Codemasters' finest games. And yes, I do like Micro Machines. Basically, what's happened is that with the first part of the game, is that for some reason the electricity generator has been switched off, and so the Yelphoot currently don't have any power at the moment. So it's up to Dizzy to find out what's going on. And basically it's his job to go and fix and repair the generator. I never really got far in this game. In fact, I hardly got anywhere really. It's slightly different designs from the 8-bit versions, the layouts of the levels. Probably to make use of like the extra memory and whatnot that the Amiga had. Yeah, so graphically, the game looks quite nice. I think Dizzy's quite well animated, and the music's not too bad either. Yeah, let's go and visit Grand Dizzy. Is he fast asleep? Yeah, I thought so. Despite his efforts, Dizzy is unable to wake Grand Dizzy. You got a lot of elderly people, haven't you, when they all fall asleep and have an afternoon nap and whatnot. Anyway, let's go and see next. Oh, there's daughter. Let's see what she's up to. Oh, she's trying to make us some lovely cakes. But of course the electricity is off, so she can't make any. Bugger, so no afternoon tea then. Don't you just hate it when that happens? You wanna sit down, a nice cup of tea and a biscuit, and the electricity goes off, so you can't even enjoy a nice cuppa. Anyway. I like the fact the lift is still working. I don't get that. That's one thing I don't get about this game. If the power's off, why does the lift still work? Unless it's mechanical, but that's a jump too far. Yes, I know it's a jump too far. You don't have to tell me that it's a jump too far. I know. God. Yeah, this game is. I have to admit, this game is not as well designed as the other games, really. Oh, and that little fella, that's CJ from CJ's Elephant Antiques and CJ in the USA. Okay. Why are you always so hungry, CJ? Well, being a computer game superstar like me is hungry work. Oh, by the way, watch out for my latest game. It's probably in the shops by now. Another great bit of promotion by Codemasters. They love promoting their games within games, I must admit. They really love doing that. Anyway, there's the generator. It's just working out how to fix it, which is one thing I've never been able to solve. So if anyone's got any ideas of how to fix it, give me a shout. Prefer by leaving the comment in the comments box below. But yeah, so to be fair, it's not terrible, but it's not great. It's like I said, it is the weakest of all the Disney games. This is probably why it gets the name. Often it's called Crappy Kingdom Dizzy, because it does have a a few design flaws. I mean, come on, why can't Dizzy walk for that waterfall? It's water, for Christ's sake. Anyway, I've had enough. Let's just make him fall into water and die. It's probably poisonous water anyway. You know, anyway, let's move on to the final game, which is Fantastic Dizzy. Now, this game did not appear on the Spectrum, Commodore 64 and the Amstrad. Although when I mentioned earlier that I said it didn't play on any of the 8-bits, I was kind of lying about it. I really literally just meant it didn't appear on the Spectrum and the Amstrad and the Commodore 64. This game did actually appear on the NES under the name of The Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. Now this game, of course, did actually appear on the Sega Mega Drive as well under the name Fantastic Dizzy. And I'll tell you something, guys. I love the music on the title screen there. I think it's brilliant. Have a listen. It is absolutely wonderful. I love it. And there's some great graphics as well. You know, all the characters are really well drawn here. Dozy, the sleepy one. And I think it's great. I think this is actually how a 16-bit Dizzy game should be. Oh, there's a Dylan. Peace, man. This is how to do a 16-bit Dizzy game, in my honest opinion. This is absolutely wonderful. I really love this game. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is probably the best Dizzy game on the Amiga. Yeah, better than Treasure Island Dizzy, better than Prince of the Old Folk, and definitely better than certainly busy. You know, better than likes like Magiland Dizzy and Fantasy World. This is how to do a Dizzy game on a 16-bit system. It takes advantage of all the 16-bit hardware. I mean, you got scrolling levels and whatnot, but at its heart, it's classic Dizzy. It's a beautifully designed game. It's absolutely huge, and it is lost in, and it retains the same amount of charm that the 8-bit Dizzy games had. This really is absolutely wonderful. I love this game to bits. Now there are actually two versions of this on the Amiga. It was originally released in December 1993 for the on disc for all Amigas. So I mean, so bear in mind, I mean, this game looks wonderful, but you have to remember this is only an A500 game. So it's it's not it doesn't use the AGA graphics chipset, but look how colourful it looks. It looks fantastic. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I love the scrolling, and I think the scrolling's great. So I think it does actually use parallax scrolling in a few areas. Unless this is parallax scrolling, I don't know. Normally when I see parallax scrolling, the background scrolls along with the foreground as well. But yeah, like I said, there was two versions of this on the Amiga. There was the A500 disc version, but this game also did later get released on the compilation for the CD32 in an enhanced format. It had AGA graphics and it had CD audio music. I think the music on this bit is absolutely fantastic as well. I love this bit of music. Really is great. I love the music on this bit. Now, of course, I am playing the disc version because unfortunately, I don't yet know how to play CD32 games on this emulator. I'm actually using EUAE for EUAE for Mac OS X. But to be fair, this game. To be fair, this still plays a great game. Anyway, I'm onto a slidey puzzle now. I think you get an extra life if you finish this one. Anyway, yeah, it's just jumbling up the pieces. Right. I hate the old slidey puzzles. I can never get on with them. But let's see if I can solve this one. Let's see if I can do it. Come on. You got to do it for the timer once out, and the timer is in the right hand on the right hand side of the screen there. It's that little test tube thingy. What's it? Now I never had this game on. I never had this one on the real Amiga, despite us, me being a Dizzy fan. In fact, I never actually had any Dizzy games on the Amiga, which is quite shocking to say the least. Because we loved them on the old Commodore 64. But I did have this one very briefly on the Sega Mega Drive, and I thought it was pretty good then. I don't know what I did with it. I think it actually came on like a double cartridge with Cosmic Spacehead, which was quite an interesting little game. It was that was like a platform game and it was a platform game and a point and click adventure, which was weird. Anyway, I think I've managed to solve it. Hey, there you go. Fantastic. Comes the old wizard, and he's going to give me an extra life, I think. Oh well, I've got 2 dizzies, so and I've got an extra life. Hey, fantastic. Anyway, let's have a further wander around. Where does this take me? I'm on some kind of I'm inside some kind of village now. That looks like a door there. And that's another door. Let's go through it. Oh, went to the Grand Subway. If you know what's it. Oh, it's all full of rats and whatnot. Oh dear. Oh, let's go to Dock Street. That's what it says on the sign there. Cut the old stars. Oh, there's a pirate. Don't really want to touch him. But, well, let's see if I can talk to him. Oh, he's just knocked me out cold. Well, I say out cold, he hasn't really, is he? I just love the music on this game. Blimey, it went night time very quick then, didn't it? See if there's somewhere else I can go. Pick up the star there. Should have picked that one up earlier. No, you can't enter that door. Let's go through this one. Oh, there's a goblin. Oh, he's just knocked me out cold. Let's give him the money. Oh, he's backed away. Oh, you still can't touch him though. You gotta wait till he clears off. Oh, bugger. There's the old choppy thingy, what's it? Oh, and another one. Anyway, fantastic Dizzy. What do I think of this game? I think it's wonderful. I really love this Dizzy game. It's probably one of the best Dizzy games I've ever played. I never got far into it, but I really enjoyed it. This is how a 16-bit Dizzy game should be made. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to give this one a huge thumbs up. Really is a great game. Anyway, it's near the end of the video now, but there's one thing I'd like to mention. There were in fact several Dizzy compilations made for the Amiga. This first one contains Fast Food, Quick Snacks, Fantasy World Dizzy, Treasure Island Dizzy, and Magic Land Dizzy. And there was also a second volume as well, containing containing 5 more of the other releases. This one, you got Dizzy Panic, Bubble Dizzy, Dizzy Prince of the Old Folk, Spellbound Dizzy, and Quick Snacks once again. You also get 5 free mega posters. Go, that must be good for making up the rubbish games that appear on that compilation. And of course, this one you've also got the CD32 compilation, which includes Prince of the Old Folk, Crystal Kingdom Dizzy, Magic Land Dizzy, Spellbound Dizzy, Treasure Island Dizzy, and an enhanced version of Fantastic Dizzy. And finally, just before I go, big shout out to the Retro Asylum team. That's Andy, formerly known as the Real Loco Maniac, Malk, Glenn83100, Swaney, and ZX Specstar, and of course to all the others on the Retro Asylum website. Basically, I will try. I am trying to join the site at the moment. I've actually had a few issues trying to sign in, but obviously, yeah, others have managed to do it. So yes, I will do it. Basically, for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm on about, Retro Asylum is a new podcast and website set up by Andy. He formerly did 1HMPS Retro. It's a great place to go for your retro gaming reviews and things and whatnot. It's a great website. You can find the link to the website in the description. Basically, come along, sign up, and we'll have some great fun there. Thank you very much for watching this video, and goodbye.